Hello, Earth. Welcome to, what is it? Yes, episode 21 of season 3 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I recommend you go check out github.com/autocoding/cell. Link is in the description. So after a lot of mute episodes and crazy weeks, I am back to normality and also bringing some new change. I just got a Claude subscription, so I'm going to be using Claude for a change here, both here in conversations and also Claude Code here in the terminal. So I actually tried it here and it didn't do what I wanted to do at all, but I'm going to be a bit open-minded and give it a chance in any case. So if I look at the changes it did in the editor, it's actually this was me, never mind. So where are we? I started quite late today, so it won't be a long episode, but it doesn't matter. So yesterday, or the last session, yesterday, I realized that I could have loops that don't need any extra logic, so we can actually already implement TODOs. So with that in mind, I'm actually quite at ease that I can continue with basically cell call and upload, and have that the way to get in data in cell through this unified interface, which I think is more than pretty cool. I would say it's a discovery for me that a single interface can do everything. So here cell call already was mutating to a much more central role still, because I think in my tests already it was, although I was doing direct calls to other, well, let's just look at the structure, right? I was making calls here to, what is it? Well, these are all the test cases for path to text. So these text to paths and then paths to text. Yeah, I have it here, sorry. Text and paths, good. So then text and paths helpers, which is basically the order, sorter, validator, and then JS to paths. So all of these are like internal functions. So these are more like, I shudder to say it, unit tests, but not really. They are what I call surface tests, just of more internal surfaces that are still exposed. And then call was already the main endpoint. What's different is that now call, instead of having, let's say, 3 modes, which is get mode and put mode and add do, which is the one I wanted to add, now it's all going to be the same. I'm just going to put something to a place in the data space, wait until it's resolved, and then just put that in the dialog, really. And that's what you get, really. So that's interesting because cell call, cell call, actually I said I would do the notes in the development notes. I was chatting with ChatGPT earlier, but this is something else. Going back to cell call, we are putting data into a temporary location in the data space. Let's just summarize it. 1, taking its result or the whole thing if there is no result, and returning it, putting the whole thing into the dialog. So 3 we are already doing, right? I think we are. So there won't be much difference here. The main problem I have right now with Cell is that I feel it's taking me forever to get anything done. It's like I feel like conceptually it's flowing, but implementation wise I'm like almost stuck, and I don't understand really why. Maybe it's just I need to put more hours. Maybe I just have to push harder. Maybe I just need to focus on getting something done, or maybe I need to be patient. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm a bit lost in that regard. So here I have the puts on the dialog. So basically I have all these calls here. So here I have to parse it. So let's just think it through a bit more, which I think is okay. Actually, it's parsing text into for data, returning error if it is invalid. Yeah, sure. Responding, not returning. Responding with. Yeah. And it's a temporary location because it cannot be the, ideally it would be the dialog, but the dialog is full of things that should not be expanded afterwards. So I cannot do it there. And this is 3. We already do this. Why a temporary place? Because we cannot do it in the dialog. The dialog is full of things of calls that should not be updated. You want to see what was responded in the moment. The dialog is the non-reactive piece of the data space, which keeps history. And another interesting consequence, I don't feel I invented any of this. It's really, it feels like a discovery, not an invention. It's just natural, right? And it only happened because the tests were blowing up, and I realized, okay, of course I should not update the dialog. So why a temporary place? Okay, so we have this. I mean, we can just do it, right? Maybe I'm just having writer's block, coder's block. So text to paths. Actually, we can start with something very simple here. So response is going to take the response and return it as cell paths to text. So it's going to be text in, text out. That thing is, it's going to completely break my tests. Although I kind of want to see, I mean, how would it be? Maybe I can actually refactor this. Because the expected here should be something like something like this. If I do that, that's interesting. See how this is broken here because I'm filtering out the parts from the dialog. Okay, let's go in this direction. Let's see. Let's bet. What were the dialog entries? I forget now. It's just a number. So I'm splitting by white space. I'm gonna break the spaces like that. So the last part, things are not spaces, and then at the end, nice, all right. Good, I think it passed, right? Maybe I can actually use Cloud to do this. Yeah. Let's do this. Change the first two to use text in for data format. instead of for data path. Hey, it seems to have done it right? Let's just try. I just need to find a workflow that works. What's the difference here? Yeah, it's this test. I think, isn't it missing backticks, right? That's why it's failing. Yes, isn't this? Yeah, I have to close the quote there, yeah. Yeah, just did it wrong. But then again, what's the point in refactoring this test like this if I'm going to change the validations completely, right? Well, the problem is I want to break absolutely everything. So when we're doing call, like what are we doing? We're doing post call here, right? Here, in the server we're doing it. Response. Yeah, we're just converting the response to text here. We don't need to do it anymore, we can just do this. All right, there's only one place where I did it, so I guess it's pretty clean. Okay, so well, this error is fine. Respond with that. And here, we basically, let's just do it, right? We need to get this math random, this thing, actually. This one, this ID. Call ID. Nice. We have a call ID. And now we're just going to do this. So we're going to put it there. Actually, we're going to do it even in the structure of a cell here. Organization, sorry. Actually, I need to do that. No, I don't. Just complicates it further. I won't even document it there. It's just too much detail there, unnecessary. So we will do the put. I need multi-put like nobody's business, huh? But how would it be? Would it be as simple as this? Look, I'm just gonna put this in temp. It's a call ID, a call to cell. So we put that, and the value is the message, no, it's the paths. And then this response is cell get. Could it be so simple? Maybe I should have not done the change on the structure. Okay, but we are getting there. No, of course, call ID is not literal. And the context path is nothing, and anyway, so get. I need to pass all those things, right? Yeah, get. Yeah, these getters and setters, which are a bit silly. And also cell put, I need to pass a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah, exactly. Icky stuff. We'll get there. So I need to take this response, and I don't need any of this nonsense, right? Because if there's a, actually, let's use our brains here for a minute. Yeah, who's gonna call cell put? No, it's not going to work. I need to wrap it all in a do, right? Yeah, this is not gonna work. Let's look at the calls. Well, these are errors, right? Let's just look at something. Yeah, just a simple one of these, right? But just putting it won't do it. We have to wrap it into cell do, right? Sorry, add do with no arguments. I think we had covered this before. I just forgot, honestly. But where is it? Where am I? Add do. I just knew what I wanted to do and I forgot now. I was trying to look up something. If add do can, yeah. But let's just go with the cases. If the cases, a do with just a single reference. It has a single equal, you can just return that. And actually we could do it like this. Make sure that wrap into a do, because things with a do get picked up, right? Yeah, by a respond. A beautiful respond basically is obsessed, well, focused, let's say, on add do. Yeah. And if, and basically conditionals and sequences are like I'm at a loss to find an adjective to denigrate myself and cell, but I would, yeah. I cannot come up with something stylish, but basically this is the a watered down version of a Turing machine. Let's just go with that. I have if and do. So respond is basically the universal machine here. So yeah, that's the schema we were, not the schema, schema, but not in the database sense. Where's this little graph? This one. Yeah, it goes to serve respond. But that put, so you do call put, of course, directly, but then you need to wrap it inside do, right? Do we? Maybe not. Wait. No, maybe I don't. I don't know. Maybe I just put it there. I'm just putting stuff, right? There's absolutely no need to put it in do. Oof, what a relief. So what? No, I don't need to wrap it at all in this. I just call it. And then the only difference is that if I have something that has an equal, here, for example, where do I put the expansion? Nowhere. The expansion is nowhere in the dialog. Now that's an interesting thing. Yeah, the thing is, I basically need to put the entire response here. Whatever it is. So I have the ID, the height, the milliseconds. Okay, that's for sure. That's perfectly fine. But where do I put the actual call? I guess I can just put it like this, look. I can just do a call and then just put everything else there. The message. Instead of when equal, which is a bit confusing, I would do response. I could just call it a call. Yeah, call and response. Whatever. Yeah, let's go with that. The thing is, response has everything, not just the. But I think I can do that picking. Yeah, so these are the points I'm not so clear on, but I think it's going well. I think I would just leave the episode here and continue the episode tomorrow. So let's just write down where we are. Perhaps revert the text change so we can quickly test if the approach works, or just go forward and finish that change anyway. And make sure we don't have to wrap it in do. Extract just the equal when making a call that has at the top level. Figure out how to store it in the dialog. All right. I'll see you in a while. All right, I'm back. So I have a few ideas for the tests that I just came up with. So now I'm starting to record. So what I want to do is leave the tests that are concerning the parsing inside the cell.js, at least for now, and then take everything else and put it outside and put it in this 40x extension file, which is basically for data, and the file is a list of tests. So let me show you the structure because I just drafted it. So we have actually comments here. I'm going to add support for comments too. C stands for call, R stands for response, and T stands for tag that describes the text, which is optional. So the idea is that this file, cell.js is going to read this file and then execute the tests. And then I want also better names on the variables because it's all full bar and then it's very difficult to identify the tests, although tags actually make it easier to identify the tests. The front end will execute the test only the backend, and then we just do fs read file sync, and then the reset also should be a call. And I also say, and reset should not put things. That should be done by put itself. I think I was wanting reset to reset some values before put was working. But now that put is working, then it should be fine. We bootstrap, so to speak. And yeah. So where do we start? There's so much to do. I have to organize myself. So for example, comment support. That's an easy one to add, and I can add it already. I think JSON, the worst thing about the JSON format is that it has no comments. It's a source of tension to not be able to put data that is not inside the data. And I know it goes against the unified data space, but in practical terms here, if I didn't have that, then I would have to basically add something like heading, get and put, just so that this would be inside the data space, right? I guess I could do that, right? Now I'm changing my mind. So you have like a flat list here with tests, or even this could be a section, right? And then you could nest into it. Now I'm not so convinced anymore if we need comments or not. I mean, in any case, it would be very easy to add them, but I'm not sure. Like I would just basically do it where here inside this one. Yeah. Here, I would mark, if I start with a dash and a star, then I ignore the line, basically. It's as simple as that. And I would not make them with opening and closing. I would just make them on every single line. It's almost like a political question, like do we want comments or not? Because the comments are actually outside of the, like, if you read the data in from a for text into cell and then you write it back out, the comments are lost. And I think that's wrong. The comments should be part of it. So despite it being very easy to add it, because it's just right here, it's one line, one more line, or I could even put it in the same line. I'm not going to do it because I want the comments to be inside the data and not outside. The only thing that you lose is the spaces here, for example. That's the only thing that I'm allowing, I think, a drift. I could do something like a section, right? Get and put, honestly, it could be all of this, right? And I could have this. I think we need to try this. So here you would start with an empty data space, get everything when the data is empty, and then basically get nothing. And same here, you just get one prefix, and we'll start calling them prefixes, which is the right name. So let's just write this down. No, decided against it, because then when reading for text into cell and then writing it back out, comments are lost. We are breaking the unification of the data space. Comments need to go inside the data and can simply be literals that texts that are not executed. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna, so we remove that from the language to do. I'm working quite chaotically, I'm aware of that. I'm uncomfortable with it, but I'm living with the discomfort here because I think it's absolutely worth it. So all of this I'm going to keep. I cannot do everything at once, and I'm not even sure these ones should be tested outside. Maybe we should test it all through cell call. We'll get there, but for now what I want to do is all these validations. Should I do just, I think it's going to be faster if I do things one at a time, right? I think so. So if I just get the test out, although so this is the old stuff, right? Yeah, I still didn't delete it. So let's make the tests work here. How would I do that? So I need one on the tests. So let's just surround this tab here. Yeah, perhaps revert the text change. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. No, sorry, not the text change. I want to rewrite the tests, basically. So how can I do this? Actually, I can keep that. Yeah, how do I do this? Actually, let's just first add this here. But if it's a hash, I need some order, right? Yeah. So I can just do it like this. Invalid input. Although I want to get rid of these tests, but it doesn't matter. I want to see how they would look like. Heading and this would be this. Now, honestly, I'm going to get rid of these validations here, but it still doesn't need the. I still have this problem. How do I name this? Because I want the hashes to be in order. I guess I can just do it like this. 1. What I need to do is I need to be smart about this, and it tells this test needs to pass again instead of me breaking absolutely everything. Instead of being silly. Yeah. Yeah, this is the part that has to be commented out. Yeah, that was what I was unfructuously doing here yesterday. Yeah, all this. Yeah, in the end, doing things in the proper order always carries the day. Always, always, always. What? Ah, yeah, because I changed the logic below, of course. Yeah, this was the previous logic. But I cannot test it with the text change because wait, am I returning or not? Yes, in the respond. Yeah, do path to text here, exactly. So that change, let's try to keep. So if I did that change, I just need to change the expected ones, right? Cell call, result, So what is breaking? It expected this, and in the end we got the result. Because it's getting it full text. I see the problem. That's expected. This is silly, but I have to go through this. What I need to do is I need to compare expected converted to text. That's the issue. It will be cell, it will be paths to text. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah. It's the one with the dialog. Let me open another tab. It's this one. It's just, it's not matching. Or I didn't match them. Yeah, because there's no dialogue there at all. It's just space. So I have no way of knowing that from the lines. That's interesting. I'll have to go and track backwards. It's a problem. Actually, could I do this? No, I need this logic when I bring it to text, right? Well, technically I could still use the old logic, just basically converting it into paths and then removing the paths, right? Because that logic was precise. Like I had no room for error. I also have to look back. It doesn't work. What am I doing? This is really silly. And the keep dialog one still stays. Yeah. Result would be cell, it would be text to paths of results, and then the data field would be here, and then I would just return cell path to text here again. Omit or the dialog, remove the dialog, or omit ID and MS. Yeah. Okay, we're getting close. Yes, because I changed things in the dialog, right? Yeah, I changed stuff here. It's it would be response. Actually, rather than saying response completely, I'll just do say res, colon res. I think it's gonna save us a bit. Is it a matter of order? Yeah. All right. Okay, good lesson there. Don't break everything at once. It's not the first time I experienced it, probably not the last one, but we only spent, what, 25 minutes. Okay, we have that in order now. So now we can do this outside. So these ones, basically. So I actually need to add a reset call. How am I going to do this? Reset is going to basically wipe everything. So really, can I not do it with put? No, we need to remove. There's no way around it. I think I even added in the language. Wipe. We call it wipe. Okay, let's just add wipe. So how is the logic of cell put? Oh, just pass a prefix, really. I need to start renaming things because that's what it is. No, it's not path, it's a prefix, right? This is a message, really. Context path, maybe it should be a context prefix. Am I calling them paths or prefixes? Well, I'm not so sure. Maybe I should say path, not prefix. Yes, because the path would be the whole thing. Yeah, that's a good distinction. So, says, okay, say context path. I should just refer to a prefix. A path is the whole thing from left to right. A prefix is the left part of a path, where the left is either the first element, the whole thing minus the rightmost one, or something in the middle. All right. So I'm going to make these tests alongside at the beginning and then remove stuff. So here, let's see if it looks better, right? I'm setting, I have no way of doing multiple, right? Well, I could do it like this. Because with reset I wasn't doing multiputs. Oh, we could start with this. We could just start with saying put you can do multiple paths here in the basically you set it to set food to bar. No, let's actually use better names here. Users, people. List Jan and Jeep, and then what else can I say about my users? It could be a party. And the party is still open, or this is still open? Yes, it is open. And then we can just the response I'm expecting is a single OK, right? Actually, better than OK would be to get a number of paths added, right? Or even a diff, but that can come later. I think I didn't put it here. It's like I want so many things at the same time. I'm not going to get them. Yeah, we said that diff actually should be returned by, should be another call, not the put. So put just says OK. Maybe you should say the amount of paths it added, something like that. But then again, you have that when you're adding the value, so why do we need that? Create hash with 3 paths. I think this is already more readable, especially if I do something like this, right? By the way I can get away with multiple suits is I do something like some other thing. I put numbers so that these are going to be numbered and not sorted alphabetically. And then I just add the list. So list, hash list. So no problem there at all. There's no problem at all. So let's also set what would it be? We have the party and we have some serious business. So silly, but a bit more memorable and distinct. Okay, create another hash. So now if I get everything, the result should be the whole thing. It should be party, this one Jan, open. I love this notation. What can I say? Yes, that's exactly what I want. Get both hashes, get everything, and obtain two hashes, both hashes. Those are meaningful names. I like both meaningful tags, sorry. If I get the party, I would just basically wait. What if I do this? I know I'm changing my mind. I know. What I don't like about this code, it's more explicit. I would need a resp to have it aligned, because it's painful not to have them aligned. Well, and that's how you make history. If this is going to be interesting, we're going to do call and resp and the dialog, right? Yeah, because doing them with the add is going to be really confusing, right? No, let's go back to CNR. But then if it's CNR here, it's going to be CNR there. And by there, I mean the target can be in the dialog, right? No, sorry, this. All right, the tests are passing. The sun shines. So yeah, this is what I need all along. By the way, I thought about putting this in JavaScript, but then you would have something like, let me show you why not. It would be something, I would have to be doing this all the time. Something like this. This just looks awful. And I'm honestly intrigued if someone else would actually create an implementation in a different language. They could just take this and use it. So trying to copy paste it from this and use it. So no. So I have party, what was it? Yeah, we're here. The result is gonna be list 1 Jan 2 Yip, and there's an open party at and then the other one would be to get even it would be get a party list and just get this. Get the first guest only. Yeah, get the entire first path and obtain nothing, because there's basically nothing to its right. Get no such thing. It will be party open, the status of the party. And this is 10 already, so it moves a bit to the right. Everybody swing to the right. I think I'm gonna change the music. Are we done with the, yeah. So what should it be? It was in a live album, right? No, this is not the one. All right. So this one we did. I just get the other one. That was get the entire last path and okay, this is good. So my question, a very important question. We have this versus this. What's more readable? So this takes more room, but then again I'm missing spaces here. And I have tags. If I was removing the tags, it would pretty much fit one screen. But those tags are very informational, so I don't want to get rid of them. Mala. Jesus tequila. Whoops. Did you spot that too? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I need to start using the condenser again, the microphone. All right. Is this better? I think despite the indentation here, it is. I have the tests in a textual format. I could add this here, right? Yeah, I need to read it as text, and then I need to do what is this cover? That's so bizarre. Is it really like that? Wow, what is that? And it's the official one. Wow, interesting. So we get the text file, and we do something like this. Would be cell path to JS. So it's each of the suits, because it's going to be, and then you basically return for each of them. Let's just try to do it outside, right? It's just too much. Strong man, strong body. Dun, dun. Let's just put it here. So let's just do this. Yeah. If, what was it? Is node variable, I forget. I can do it just like this. Okay, it works. Just takes longer. And now I can do something as this. I would do something like The result would be, but I need to do this somewhere, right? Now let's just go back to Minuteman, please. What about the Minuteman? Yeah. Honestly, I could do this by asking the file to the server, right? Yeah, totally. But then you would need to include it. Honestly, it would be okay. How was I doing the result here? This one. Yeah. Bam 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 bam. Dun, dun. Can just do this clog. Not now. Sorry. Let's just do this better, right? This goes below. This is a mess. So I know I'm not inside a function. Well, I don't know, I just realized, but it's okay. That function had many disguises. Yeah, boom. What? The suit is not the whole thing. Don't be silly. Why is this not parsed? It's text to JS, silly. Alright, we're trying to get somewhere here. Because pre takes yeah, this will not work anymore, the pretty one. So I'm iterating the suits and I'm getting the tests, right? I had to iterate Okay, we're starting to get somewhere here. Oh yeah, I'm a silly one. Just something wrong. It's because wow, this record is really good. So now I have to iterate. I just did it wrong because then inside the suit, then it's just. I don't need this. I don't need this. Okay, again. Really? No, actually I need it. Sorry, my bad. I was really nested. What? Ah, yeah, because this would be suits. No. There. I'm just doing it wrong. So iterate this list, get this one, and then get, it's just one level. Believe it. Finally. The message must be expressed in these objects. Where am I sending something that is not? Because I have it as JavaScript, right? Yeah. TODO cell JS to text. Yeah. All right. Ah, yeah, it's a dialog, right? Messing it up. Now, the result is text. So why is it not working here? Because the condition is unnecessary. All right. We have a function to create spaces. This one. Yeah. Why so many? No, I didn't need that. Right. Is this the same, or am I just going crazy here? This is the same thing. I'm just comparing strings here, right? I am. So is there a new line? Wait. The result. Yeah, exactly. This has to be. It would be just the paths. Yeah, it's not gonna work. If it's I guess it's just the text one, right? Okay, I'm starting to be convinced. Okay, so if we now define wipe, what was my logic with the... I think I need something simpler here. Would be the common prefix. If prefix length all right, no more minute man. If and then yeah, now what prefix length it is min. Yeah. Actually, this could be another suite, right? Yeah, why not? And then we make a call to get everything, and then the response is nothing. Get everything and receive nothing. after wiping. So that one I could touch up in first. And let's just annotate it. Dun, 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 dun. Wipe is a function that removes data from the data space. It takes a single optional argument, which is a prefix. Prefix is a path that, when prefix is empty or undefined, cell wipe will remove all paths from the data space. If it's defined and non-empty, cell wipe will only remove from the data space the paths that start with that prefix. Boom, 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 boom. If prefix has length, we compare we take the minimum length of either prefix or iterate all. The path ties both of them to this minimum point, which could be 0. Okay, and actually it's silly. Let's just do it. Although it almost proves, yeah, to me proves the correctness. Or prefix length is 0. Dun, 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 dun. Battery. We're almost done anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Bam. And compares them. If they match, this path is removed the data space and kept otherwise. All right. Rather than wiping everything, well, first I need to add the. First, I feel good that we annotated the code. It's just going to be very temporary. Nice. Wait. I have a way. So wipe needs to get all this. Needs put. Needs get and put. Yeah. No escape. I'm just looking for, so put here. What? What was that? Whoa. Bum 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 bum. Maybe we can just start by wiping the business. Serious. Yep. 791. Yeah, so wipe. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, yeah. No, wait. This is just fine. What's your problem? Oh, yeah, I had to return something. I got to return this, of course. Wait, too many things at the same time. Why is it not returning anything? I fixed it. What's your problem? It just is undefined, right? Yeah. It's going to be completely unnecessary, yeah. Yeah. Rest is undefined. What's your problem? Wait. This is silly. Yeah. That's it. Alright, I knew it even worked. Okay, we're gonna stop here. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.